All right, man, we're here.
Yeah,
Live, live,
live in
live.
effect. Let's go.
And today I got my guy.
Energy, 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 energy. I can do anything.
Hey,
Champion.
hey, hey. You can't hear the sound effects, but they going crazy for you. I got you. So, champion,
Yo,
what's up, my guy?
what's going on, my good brother?
How you feeling today?
I feel like I'm gonna win again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just so for the people that don't know you, can you tell them where the name champion comes from?
Champion is basically it's symbolic for losses. I was taking so many losses. I wanted to create a whole new version of me, a version of me that I knew was gonna win. I wanted to make sure no matter what, when people address me, they addressing a winner. So they had to call me champion. Champion. I'm always racing to the finish line. You know what I'm saying? I'm always about winning. I represent anybody that's about winning, anybody that want to see their team win, and just anybody in general with a dream who feels like they deserve to be a champion, bro.
Energy, energy, energy.
Energy
I'm
up.
feeling that. I'm feeling that. So, in the words of Charleston White, champion would be your character that you
Yes,
created to really showcase who you are.
correct.
I'm vibing with it. I'm vibing with it. So, where you originally from?
The DMV area,
Mm.
Maryland, DC. At 16, moved to Atlanta. Um, it's dope because I got the best of both worlds. So growing up, I did a lot of battle rap and shit. Um, especially in the DC area and shit. At least around that time back then, you really had to have lyrics. So oh my bad, bro. Yeah, so back in that time, you really had to have lyrics. You had to, you
Yeah,
know,
metaphors,
you had to
similes,
have
all that.
metaphors. You had to be in front of a crowd of people. They it was raw. They would tell you how they felt, and you really had to fight for a name for something. You had to be authentic.
So,
And
are you still battle rapping, or?
I uh, I still got it. I still got it in me. I
I'm a
could.
huge fan of battle rap. I actually got a track I'm about to drop with New Jersey Twerk.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Twerk. He's actually from the. I think he's from Detroit. I'm gonna double check.
Okay.
But I'm a
Yeah.
huge fan of battle rap. So knowing you battle rap, bro, that's fascinating, bro.
Yeah. I got a cipher. It's out right now. It's like me and like six other MCs, motherfuckers from Chicago, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, Miami, you know what I mean? But my hopes and what I got going on next is I'm doing a new cipher. It's gonna be strictly for Florida. Cause I gotta pay homage to Florida. I've been here 6 years and I just feel like they've been rocking with me, especially in Miami. So I gotta shed light to all the dope ass artists that's here. And yeah, we got something that we working on.
Fact. Shout out to the Miami culture. What do you prefer, Miami or Atlanta?
Atlanta always gonna be that's always a home for me. That's a that's like home base. You know what I'm saying? As far as Miami gave me the opportunities that I truly needed. So shit, palm trees and beaches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. What's some of the things you take away from Miami being here for 6 years? Like, what's some of the things you, I would say, value about the culture of Miami?
All right. First and foremost, what Miami taught me is you don't know how to get some motherfucking real money, you gonna drown. Miami bring out the hustler in you. You know what I'm saying? They separate the real from the fake real quick. Cause the circles are small. Everybody know about everybody. So it if anything, it teach you about good credit. You know, real.
No, for real, sink or swim in Miami. That's for sure. And we've just been fortunate to capitalize off the waves.
Yeah, you know the
You know,
club. You know how the club game. Um, you really like if you really want to learn how to make some music and get that fucking hit, become a club promoter for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And don't just do one club, do a couple of clubs. And you know what I mean? And then you'll really get to see what records work for which crowds, man. And you'll know exactly what you want to target.
And you'll know what time to get your record spun. You
Exactly.
know, a lot of people come in at the wrong time. It's all about timing.
Timing.
You know, just follow the DJ's format. Every DJ has the same format: early vibes, mid vibes, and turn up vibes. You
Correct.
got to know where your
Yes.
record fits.
Like every time that like niggas know every time when the club's on that turn up level, they always start with that Meek Mill record. That hold up, wait a minute.
Shout out DJ
And
Country.
everybody knows to turn the fuck up. When that Meek come on, niggas know, hey, it's time to motherfucking party, bro. I mean,
What's your favorite club in Miami?
my favorite club in Miami, strip club or club?
You can give us both. Let's kind of direct the people on where to turn up. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Sponsorships on the next one, by the way.
uh, turn ups. Second. You got some clubs? I know, so you know what I mean? Got some sponsorships you want to do?
Me in particular, I just want to shout out Exchange Miami. I have a residency at Exchange.
Exchange.
Shout out Shake and Five.
Ex-
Love y'all.
Exchange is always the the number one. Exchange is where I started. Shake gave a nigga and Shake from the DMV, man. You know
Shout
what I'm
out
saying?
Shake.
That's hometown. So, you know, and Exchange, that's the one. Look at all these other clubs and look at Exchange. Exchange is still standing, bro.
Only black owned club too on South Beach, by
Only
the way. Just
see
throwing
there
that
you
out
go,
there.
man.
Shout out to the
We had to
brothers.
do it for us. Energy up, man.
So you just dropped the project.
Yeah.
So can you give us an like a little rundown of like how you develop your projects? Like what does it take to make a champion album?
It's funny because the process, like, all right, so and for this one in particular, it's a little more personal. It's called Caesar. It's a reference to my first mixtape that I had 2014. So I wanted to shed light to that. But leading up to making an album, I find myself making a whole maybe 20 to 30 records of warm-up tracks just to get ready to write to actual songs. You know what I'm saying? So the process of that, and then it's finding the tone of the album and the subject of the album. So it's a tedious process, but once you in the zone, man, it's just you just having fun and you just telling your side of your story of your life.
So
That's
question
yeah,
for the artist. Some of your biggest records,
yeah.
were they written or freestyles?
The craziest shit ever.
Let's get it.
My biggest records were probably done in like 10 minutes.
At the crib or
At
studio?
the crib, freestyling.
And you produced your own tracks?
I produce everything.
I need a lot of artists to recognize that because they'll sit back and wait on somebody and then
Yeah,
not realize like your motion has a time limit. So if you're not capitalizing off your motion, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's not
So
gonna be no
check.
energy.
It's dope you said that. So the whole reason I ended up getting my own studio and making my own beats, I remember I was calling every studio. I was in Atlanta calling every fucking studio, and everybody like, nah, man, I'm booked. And I had an epiphany, and I said, God damn! So you mean to tell me if I gotta wait on an engineer whether or not I could rap or not, then then I'm putting my career in someone else's hands. So I'd rather just get my own shit and record myself and hire my own engineer
Facts.
until I learn how to do this shit completely myself. And then I taught myself how to make beats. Well, re-taught myself how to make beats. I always, when you creative, you can hear something and you're like, all right, that needs to go with that. And then you become a producer. It's just learning the process of that shit.
So about from start to finish, how long did it take you to finish your recent project?
From start to finish,
Hmm.
I say like a year and 2 months. And it wasn't like it was night and day with this shit. It was just that like while I was working on the project, I was dropping other projects. You know what I'm saying? I'm dropping other EPs, other singles, and then I produce too. So now I'm producing these other artists, and I'm getting them branded. I'm doing A shows, um, getting them out there. Shout out to Spike. Check out Lick the Rapper. Just dropped this year as well. She dope, but yeah, I produced that shit entirely. And a lot of other artists, and some people might be like, "Yo, Chan, why the fuck would you focus on other artists when you're an artist and you need to focus on yourself?" But when you working with so many different people, you start learning shit that you normally wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Broaden your perspective,
Yeah,
and not only that, but you build relationships. Because
relationships.
a lot of people got that crab in the bucket mentality,
Yeah, that shit crazy, bro.
but if one person makes it, we all make it.
We up,
You know what I'm saying? And to be the boss, that doesn't mean you're the face all the time. You know what
right?
I mean? A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah,
So I'm glad you speaking from like a boss perspective,
yeah,
and not just an artist. A lot of these young dudes get caught up in being the artist and miss out on the most important parts.
yeah,
Needing to be successful. So I'm just glad you mentioned that.
yeah. That's a big part, bro.
What about producers? Do you work with producers?
Not as much as I should. I don't work with producers as much as I should, but to be honest, like it's gonna sound weird. It's like, what do you mean? I much rather work with musicians.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I much rather. I much all right. So like we got like producers producing.
Well,
They
let
do
me let me. I got you. I got you. Me being a producer,
yeah,
I feel like if you're not a musician, you're not a producer.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people use the name producer and really can't make from scratch. I'm not talking about just plugging in. Anybody can plug in. I
No,
got a lot of beats that I plug in, but what he's saying is like a real producer. If the artist asks for a guitar bass, he's gonna go get that guitar and dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
dun, 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 dun. That's a producer who can bring any idea to life
correct,
on the spot, on site. And I
correct.
just feel like the word producer really needs to be dissected. Because I feel like
There's beat makers
yeah, right. Exactly.
and then
Call
there's
call it what you
producers.
are. Call it what you are. You know what I'm saying? Like
There's executive producers. There's someone that might write the notes but can't play them.
yeah.
So it's a conductor. Like if we breaking it down, but like yeah, like nah, I'd rather not because I know and I know when it comes down to producers, everybody's not open as I am to altering shit. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
A lot of they're like big on all right. This is my sound. This is what it
They're
is.
closed
This is
minded.
how I've been doing it for years. And I'm like, dog, if you switch it up a little bit, and yeah, they get caught into that, and it become a little difficult. But with a musician, yo, I got this idea. This the melody I got in my head that I wrote. Can you play this out? All right, now I can add to that. Now we're feeding off each other. You know what I mean?